GMMFers. It's your boy Cardoshi out here doing what he wants. Today we're going to be taking a deeper look into Cardano and its native token ADA. We're going to be looking at some of the recent positive price appreciation, pump my bags baby, but then we're going to take a look under the hood and see what's good with the founder, that MFer Charles, and where we are in the roadmap. But honestly, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and as a smooth brain degen myself, from time to time I put on my critical thinking hat and start to ask some deeper questions. Some things that I've been wondering for quite a while, and some things that have been said in the past that I feel like I need to get some answers to. Like, what the hell happened to the ETH converter bridge that they were working on? Or the partnerships in Africa? Or the Dish Network partnership that got announced the other year at the summit? You know, what happened to that cohort of 800 devs that came out when we launched smart contracts back in 2021? What specific apps came from that cohort of engineers? IDK MFer? Somebody tell me. But we're going to jump into all of that and more in today's episode. If you like what I'm doing, hit the like button 69 times, sub, turn your notifs on and all that jazz. Love you MFers. Let's get into it. So taking a look at Cardano, we're in the top 10 of all crypto market caps, but that's no surprise. These dudes have been working on this shit for mad long. It's about time. We're finally starting to see some green. It's been a rough year for Cardano, but finally up 27% on the year, which honestly isn't saying much. But it's good to see some green. But again, we've actually been bleeding pretty heavily against both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Year to date, almost down 50% against Bitcoin and almost 30% against Ethereum. So you would have been much better holding off or holding Bitcoin or Ethereum, compared to dollar cost averaging into ADA. But I'm a smooth brain degen, and I just aped all my money into Cardano, DCAing, of course, NFA. So let's take a look at what's been going on over the past year. We're past bit of time here. So this is the Cardano weekly chart. What is dope though is we finally reclaimed 40 cents again, which is pretty cool, but it's looking like it may get stopped out. I mean, look at this thing, guys. This thing is just like getting ready and coiling up, but this 40 cent line is just it's being a big B word, I'm not gonna lie. But we did see a golden cross over here, I believe, the 200 moving average over the 100. So I'm sure it's probably going to come down and test this. This is a line of support and resistance from way back here all the way in December of 2018 that I drew. So I think this will be the next critical level that we've got to claim. But I mean, we zoom in here to let's go to the daily and take a look at what's been going on. Since October 20th to today, we're up 70%. That's pretty crazy. But it looks like volume is kind of tapering off here. I don't know if this is going to be enough to push us where I think that we need to go, but either way, if we get rejected here and push back into this channel, I'm just going to keep DCAing. It's in my back the truck up zone, so it's at the top or the higher end of the zone, so haven't been DCAing as much. But if we see it return back to 30 cents, if we get and honestly, if it starts trending down, I'll definitely keep picking up a bag, baby. Let's take a look at this dude Charles, man. I don't know if people know Charles. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video do, but for anybody that doesn't, he's actually a co-founder of Ethereum and the founder of Cardano. If you guys want me to make a video on some of the beef between Vitalik and Charles about whose PP is bigger, I'm definitely game for that. Whoa, Charles, nice work. So this is the top dude, Charles Hoskinson, MFer. He's a cool guy. He lives on a ranch in has been building some pretty cool things on the blockchain. He's doing some cool stuff. If we take a look at where we are in the Cardano roadmap, right now we are in the Basho era, I believe. And so this is the scaling and optimization era of Cardano. This is a bunch of dev speak that honestly goes over my degen brain, but what I do know is how to look at the chain load. And so if we see here, the 1 hour and 24 hour Cardano chain load is at 34 and 42%, which is honestly pretty good. I think anything above 80 is when the chain starts to slow down a little bit. But I mean, we've been cruising at this pace for quite a while, and you know, people are buying tons of NFTs and sending tons of transactions, and it seems to be holding up much better. I got into NFTs back in 2021, and in early 2022, we were maxing out the chain pretty consistently. I was actually very nervous to launch a project because I wasn't sure if the blockchain was going to be able to scale fast enough. But I know a lot of MFers have been asking when Hydra. And I think that whenever they do that, it'll actually be beneficial for the chain. But for now, it's cooling, man. That's pretty good. I like to see that, and I send transactions on it all the time. You know, getting into DeFi plays and buying my NFTs, and it's quick, man. It's snappy. I really like using Cardano. It's not as user-friendly as some other blockchains, don't get me wrong. But if anybody wants me to make guides on getting into the Cardano ecosystem, I'm happy to do it. So let's put on the devil's advocate hat here. Let's talk about some maybe empty promises or things that have not been followed up. I'm looking at you, Charles. No, just playing, man. But I think there are some things that we have to talk about, like the partnership that was announced with Dish Network back at the Cardano Summit in 2021, I believe. I haven't seen very many updates. This is pretty old article. This is the only one that I could really find on it. It was some long-term project that they've been working on, and it sounds pretty cool. What they're trying to do, have a ledger database, some burning and minting tokens, APIs to be able to hook into all this stuff. It seems cool, but I haven't seen any updates on it recently, and it's been over a year, guys. I don't know what's going on there. The other thing too was all the hype of the partnerships in Africa, and this is an article that came out earlier this year, basically putting things on hold for right now because Charles was dealing with some corruption and geopolitical tensions, which I don't know if this was all a big ruse, or I'd like to hear their side of the story if I'm being honest. But it says that he's planning to expand to East Africa and West Africa, so they're kind of kicking the can down the road. Another thing that I wanted to bring up was some of the Ethereum converters that were talked about from a while ago. I think we finally have one, but it doesn't even bridge over to some of the other blockchains that I thought it would. Oh, I guess it is. I'm dumb. Read Cardoshi. So it looks like you can put the Singularity token, transfer it into Curve Finance, I see here. I don't know these other two ones, to be fully honest. But they actually ended up rolling that out, but I don't think it was IOHK or the other Cardano institutions that had actually done this. Some other things to look into are the Catalyst proposals and some of the interesting things that have been going on there. And I also wanted to look at some of the Cardano developer tools, because I want to know what happened to those 800 devs that were using it. Because I've heard that Cardano is not the easiest blockchain to write on. Haskell coding is not super popular, and I don't think a ton of people have been building on it compared to some of the other protocols. But some of the experience that I have seen on Cardano are pretty awesome. So shout out to Ada Anvil, shout out to Ape Society, shout out to Snack, shout out to Hunt, shout out to Min Swap, Book, Society Token, Hosky, and a bunch of other ones that are building some really cool things on Cardano. If anybody wants to see a video on some of those, shout out to Levy Finance too. All awesome DeFi protocols and meme tokens and some other cool stuff that's going on Cardano. But again, the question here is, what applications were built from those initial cohorts of developers? I haven't seen any updates on what came of it, and that's something that I'd really like to know. Well, I hope this video was helpful to understand a little bit more about Cardano, where we are in the ecosystem and our roadmap, and answering some of the tougher questions too. I've been involved in the ecosystem since 2017, and I've kind of seen it all. And so these are some things that as a bag holder, I would like to know the answers to, because they're pretty important to me as a holder. I like to be able to see things through, and I try not to make or deliver news that I can't follow up on. I always try and live by the rule of under-promising and over-delivering, and I hope anybody watching this can take a page out of that book. Cardoshi out. Peace!
We some MFers getting to the bag, yeah. MFers cooking in the lab, oh yeah. MFers coming with the swag. We some MFers getting to the bag, yeah. MFers getting to the bag, oh yeah. MFers cooking in the lab. We some MFers coming with the swag. We them MFers getting to the bag.